The moment you build your next idea into an application, what makes Bluemix so special, it's not only a platform for development, it's a platform for deployment. With a single click of a button, you just deploy your application to whoever will walk into the gate. And because deployment is based on a utility charge model, it's just like electricity. If you have 1 million people come in and use your app, then Bluemix platform will charge the business you built for 1 million users. It's fully scalable, fully elastic. If only 10,000 people come in, then you'll be charged for that. So that takes you to the next level when you'll be talking about your startup with venture capitalists and everybody here. How do I finance my business? You don't have any longer to buy hardware, build networks, nothing. All you have to do is take your idea, develop it, and with a push of a button, deploy it. Now it's a reality. The other thing that Bluemix offers you, it's a clearing house to actually generate revenue. If you have a great idea, you can put it on Bluemix, and now it's become an API. And you guys, who heard about API economy? It becomes an API. And anybody who decides to use the API you publish on Bluemix, any enterprise, will be paying for that usage. IBM will be taking care of everything and sending you a check. So it's as simple as that to go from idea to revenue generation. That's another thing that Bluemix is going to offer you. It's about all I had to say, so we can start.
Very good, thank you. So we are here and we're going to write an app on Bluemix. I'm going to show you the app first of all so you have some idea of what we're going to do, and then we're going to get started. This is the app itself. It is a Bluemix survey app that uses Twilio. In other words, it's a telephony app. And it will allow us to interface with the Bluemix app and ask questions and enter our answers. For instance, what is your favorite Bluemix runtime? What is your favorite Bluemix database service? That is stored in a database in Bluemix. And we can then show you now how you actually create this app in about an hour. No, yeah, right. No. You don't have to go anywhere yet. I'm just giving you an overview, so everything will be explained. You should have, beside you, a set of charts that start like this. The IBM Bluemix workshop, and everything you need is in there. So just a few words here about how we're going to get started. First of all, the most important thing, there are some prereqs. You need to register for Bluemix. And the way to register for Bluemix is this URL at the top. So let's take some time to do that now as we get started. And as we pointed out here, you will get actually half a year's free use of Bluemix by registering here today. It should take you a couple of minutes at the most. And let us know if you have any problems.
So after you register today, you'll need to stop at our booth to sign up for an extension.
So we're doing it here.
Right here. Okay, even better.
After you guys are done today at this workshop, just give me your name, email ID, and your level, that's beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And with your email IDs, we should be able to extend your membership by a few months, like you mentioned, by about 5-6 months. So just make sure you give me your name and email ID out here when you're done with the workshop. Thank you.
So I'm going to give you a few minutes to register here. It is very straightforward. You use an email address, you register, and then within a couple of minutes you will get a response from the Bluemix team, and you will be in. After that, you should register also for the IBM Jazz Hub or DevOps services. Think of this as GitHub. And it is very similar, but we also want you to register there. You can use the same IBM ID as you used up here. So the same user ID and register there. And at that point, you are set for the first part of this lab. Then also, you should register for a free account on Twilio.com. So 3 registrations at the beginning. After that, you're all set in this environment. They go over all over the floor. It's pretty nice. And you. Hmm?
That's what I wanted us to do in one.
Okay, so you can just log in directly.
What?
Can you log in directly inside?
Yes, I can log in, but you're not supposed to register. You're just supposed to log in.
Oh, just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I try to sign up, it's like, oh, you're
Okay, good. So it seems that many people have already signed up. Does anybody need any more help or any more time?
Great idea. Thank you.
Yes.
Why don't you go sit in the front? Just check his spam folders in case he's still waiting for his confirmation email to be there. If there's anyone who wants to sit here, you can do that.
Okay, we're going to assume that we have all been able to sign up. Is that a good assumption? Yep, I think so.
you don't sign up for.
All right, so let's talk briefly about what Bluemix is, the Bluemix cloud environment. How many people here have heard of Heroku? Aha. We are just like Heroku, although we are open source. That's a big difference. And we have a number of services that we're going to make use of today and that you will make use of later. So very similar to Heroku, except open source. Everything that IBM writes today is actually based on open source, which is pretty impressive for those of us who've been with IBM for a few years. You will notice here that we are based on Cloud Foundry, which is a platform as a service, all open source. We actually are Cloud Foundry. We are identical to Cloud Foundry, except we've added another user interface on top. So if you know Cloud Foundry, you know Bluemix. That's a very strong argument for using Bluemix, that you already know it if you know Cloud Foundry. What Bluemix exists, or rather it contains, are a number of computer languages, so-called build packs. You can select these whichever build pack you want to use. Most of them are open source, but we also have non-open source ones here. That's the first thing to know. You select a build pack. We're going to use JavaScript here today, Node.js, that you probably are familiar with. And after that, you will select a service that we have on Bluemix. We have a large number of services, and we are going to use a Twilio service for telephony. You may also have heard of our Watson services for cognitive computing, And we have lots of other services as well. But today we're going to start easily and simply with a Twilio service to write a telephony application in Bluemix. We also have support here for Docker, that probably you're familiar with, containers, OpenStack, virtual machines, and then a number of other services that you will learn as you go along. And the key thing about using Bluemix are our services. As you can see here on the right side, we have a lot of services, not just mobile services. We have Internet of Things. We have big data analytics, Watson, security. And as you go along here today, you can see if you want to play around with some of these, because they are very powerful. And we can talk more about those later. And then we're also using IBM's DevOps services, which is a hosting place for the source code. You do not write source in Bluemix. You write it in DevOps services or on GitHub. So those are the two repositories, DevOps services or GitHub. You can use either one. Here we will use GitHub. So here's the app that we're going to write. It's a very simple app. We're going to use a smartphone. We're going to use the Twilio SMS interface. We're going to have a Bluemix Node.js app that uses the Cloudant service. Has anybody here heard of the Cloudant NoSQL database? Okay, it's a very powerful database that we're going to use today. We're going to have a user interface that looks very simple. We simply list the telephone number that we will have. And then when we text or SMS this, we will be able to see how many answers we got to this question. So it's a very simple user interface, a dynamic one that we will create here in the next half an hour or so. And this is the way you use cloud services today. You begin by again selecting a language, in this case Node.js. You select a service, you put them together. There is not very much coding today in the cloud. It's mostly almost like working with Lego blocks. You put them together and you tweak the various parameters, and then you get something running.
The paradigm is you're moving from coding to assembly. And the Lego blocks, that's a good metaphor. So you code less, you use the more powerful the services you can utilize, the less you have to code.
Exactly. So we're going to start here. This is step one. We're going to create a database service for the app, and we'll be using the Cloudant NoSQL service, and the name of the service must be SurveyDB. This will take about 5 minutes, the first part, SurveyDB. And in your handouts here, you will see exactly how we will do this. So we're going to begin by logging in here to Bluemix. You should already be in Bluemix, the environment. And once you are in there, we'll take the next step. And you will see in Bluemix that we have various options. We have something called a dashboard, which shows what you are currently running in Bluemix. These are the apps you have already created and the services you have already created. You have a catalog, which is where you can select new services from. You have pricing information. You have a community, and that's important because when you then later want to ask questions, you can ask questions on the community, which is essentially Stack Overflow that you hopefully will all be familiar with. And everything here is self-documenting. We have documentation for everything in Bluemix. So again, you go to the dashboard, you click on services, and then you click on add a service because we're going to start by adding a service. We have nothing now, we're going to get the service going. Again, take a look at the action bar here, dashboard, catalog, pricing, docs, etc. Select dashboard, select services, and then click on add a service. And once we've done that, we will see part of the catalog show up. We will go down to data management, and then we will see Cloudant NoSQL database, and we will click on that to select Cloudant. This is going to be our workhorse for this lab that we're doing here. The data will be stored in Cloudant, and we will show you how to then modify the data on your own. So just go through, navigate to Cloudant, and then click on it.
Anybody heard about MongoDB? Cloudant is just like MongoDB. It's NoSQL. And we have MongoDB too over there. If you prefer to use MongoDB, you'll be able to use MongoDB.
Yes, but not for this lab.
Yeah, not for this.
All right.
In general.
Yes. Yeah, we support most open source products in Bluemix. You should now end up here with this screen, the Cloudant NoSQL database, and you will see here a number of fields you should fill in here. The first one for the app, keep in mind this is a service. The service will usually work with an app. We don't have the app yet, we only have the service. We'll start with the service, so we're going to leave the app name here unbound. It's going to be called unbound. We're going to add here, enter surveydb for the service name, and then we will simply say create. So unbound, surveydb, create. Now we are launching the service. This will take a couple of minutes at the most, and then we're up and running. Does anybody know what operating system we are running on here?
Windows 8.1.
Do we care what operating system we are running in here? We do not. Exactly. That is the beauty of cloud environments. We don't care if you're running on Windows or on Linux or whatever. We're actually running on Ubuntu. But can we FTP something up to this here? We cannot even FTP to this environment. It's a virtual environment. All we care about is that we can go here and code and write code and put services together with various computer languages. Everything is abstract.
And the reason you don't care what operating system, the moment you're done with this application, in order to deploy and allow hundreds of thousands of people to use it, all you have to do is push one button.
Right. So I hope you're here, and again, most of you should have these handouts. If there are more handouts than you can handle, you may want to give some of them to the people on the side there so they can use as well if you want to share. And we'll give you this later. You'll get the PDF format of this later anyway. You should then see the service instance has been created. Can you connect to the Wi-Fi? Simply give it some time and see. Let's see what the other people. Are you able to?
It's not able to create an account.
Oh, okay.
They said they're sending it in a compilation.
Does it say within 24 hours?
It says it was delayed. It doesn't say how long.
Okay. You guys have been able to. If you have a problem, if it comes back and say 24 hours, you can. If you have another email address, you can.
It says it's like delayed, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
See over here. Survey DB, leave unbound.
Right.
Let's create. Load. And it gives me the error message.
Guys, anybody who has a problem stuck, just raise a hand, and hopefully somebody near you can help you.
Yeah.
Just raise a hand. Guys, let's do it collaboratively. We don't have unfortunately too many people here now.
Yeah.
So the lady over there, anybody can help her. I see 3 hands, guys. Anybody who sits around her. Just a second.
Yeah. Let's see.
John, to fill up this. Oh, already have an IBM ID.
No, that's fine. Yeah, this is a little bit different, but you got it. Yeah. You're trying to the right. Yeah, then you're fine. Good. Okay, so we should then start on the second part of this exercise.
Still have some people stuck, but I think we need to move forward.
Right.
So yeah, the DJ is following me and she'll help you guys in a moment.
So now, as you can see in your chart here, we are going to go to DevOps services. We're going to log into DevOps services, which is where we have the actual app. We're not writing the entire app from scratch. The node.js code has been written for us, and that sits in DevOps services. So now we're going to log into DevOps services, get the code, push it out to Bluemix, and then we will have the app. This is the way you typically work in the cloud environment. You take pieces, as we said, you move them over to Bluemix, you put them together, and you have something. You do very little coding here. You will actually not do really any coding at all in this lab. Even despite that, you will write a full app. So that's pretty neat. So you log into DevOps services with the same user ID and password you use for Bluemix. Yes, we have somebody who will help. Just keep your hands up. And you will then get here to this environment. Let me see what it says.
I enter everything. Survey DB unbound. Survey DB.
Read timeout. Yes. Now you entered the right thing. Because of the following section. Read timeout.
I refreshed the page too.
Yeah, right. No, I understand. Other people seem to be successful, so it might be that they seem to be over. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't. I don't. Close this and. Yeah, you probably have no choice. We'll see what happens. No, yeah, I understand.
There's still on the news. Right, it's not even in the news.
Database migrations?
No, there should be. Yeah, actually, well, you can. That's a good point. We'll try it with another name. If it is. Okay, yeah.
But then you can't even. And see, you're lower than the news level.
Oh, has been taken. Okay, okay. No, right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, very good. Perfect. So this is the one they're getting an error on, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. No, right.
Tell them to like make it unique by adding their
Right.
name to the
Exactly. Yeah. Let's try with him first. Okay. So you
Try one.
Yeah. So try survey. Say my survey. Say
survey DB underscore and add your name.
yeah. Perfect. That's enough. If he's getting another error here, we'll see.
Guys, anybody heard about Watson? So, and you heard about the Jeopardy, right?
Are you going to talk about database migrations?
And you heard that Watson also
Database
is
migration?
a world
Not really.
champion, right?
But I can talk.
Anybody see her playing chess?
Sure.
The opposite?
So, it's a world chess champion. Did about 10 years ago beat Kasparov, who was a world champion. So Watson is a technology IBM has been developing for the last 30 years. It's what is called cognitive computing. Right? That's as close as you can get to artificial intelligence. On Bluemix, we have Watson services. So for example, one of the services you can find is called personality services. So look it up. Just an interesting, nothing to do with a demo. But what it means, for example, as an exercise, you can take personality service and you can provide them a handle. Let's say your Twitter handle. And it will go and analyze your personality. And there is an app out there which will match your personality to a celebrity. For example. So there's a lot of applications about it. We see right now applications where that have been developed where somebody looking for a member of their team, they're not just looking on the skill set, they're also looking at my personality. And they're saying, I want to find a certain person to join my team, not only who knows all these technical skills, but also a certain kind of person. So that's one of the things that Watson allows you to do. Allows you to do voice recognition, allows you to do Q&A, allows you to do interviews. All the intelligence of cognitive computing right now is in your hands and allow you to build your applications. One application I want to note that has been recently developed and demoed by 2 students from Yale. It's called Notable. Anybody heard about it? Notable. It's an application for college students to share their note-taking. So when a lot of you guys make notes and take them through different lectures and, paper, right? Then the application allows you to take snapshots, pictures, and collaborate and share those notes. The application was developed by 2 college students in Yale using Watson, part of Watson Services Management. You can look it up. Notable.
All right, so we're going to continue, and we're saying now we are in DevOps Services, and we will click on Explore to find the app that has been pre-written. And here we're going to look for, in the field, we're going to look for something called BMVIRT in the search field. We're going to click on Explore, and we will then look for the pre-existing app. Explore in DevOps Services, enter BMVIRT, and then search for BM, Baker Mary, VIRT. Yes. Yeah, you may, go ahead. Yeah, all right, yeah. But is that an issue though?
It is an issue for me. That's what I've heard a lot of people.
Okay, so hold on a second, so we do it correctly here. Huh?
You can just tell them once.
Here, right? No,
The second point. It should be the name should be
right.
maybe they can add
Yeah. Okay, so we want to tell you one more thing here as you create this service. Try to, actually, you have to make this unique. So say SurveyDB, and you can have an underscore, or just add your name to it so it becomes unique. This is something we should have pointed out earlier. Just add something here, SurveyDB, and then add something to it. If you get an error.
Add your name and pick a number, right? Because there's probably more than one person with the same name.
Right.
So add a name and pick a number. From 1 to 100.
Right. Then you're okay. Okay, so back to where we were. We are searching now for BMVIRT in Bluemix, and you will find it here, Karoo/BM Virtual. This is the app that we're going to use. It sits in DevOps Services, and we now have found it by searching. And here it is. We click on it. The owner is my good friend David Karoo, down in Austin, in Texas. He has written this code, and we will begin now by clicking on Edit Code here. We're going to edit this code, click on Edit Code, and we will then continue. Then we will fork this project. You know this from GitHub. You fork projects. You simply make a copy of it. And you will then fork this project. Click on Fork, and you will get your own copy of this project.
Anybody has a problem? Do you want me to come out?
You should see the word fork there, and you simply click on it. Click Edit Code, click Fork. Now you get a pop-up window here and you will enter your own name here for your project. Yeah. Yeah, that's unusual. No, I'm certain, yeah.
I tried a different browser. I tried Internet Explorer.
It shouldn't be the browser. That shouldn't make a difference. Yeah.
Not enough Wi-Fi?
So again, we're going to name our project. And then we will see this screen. Name it. You can name it anything. Yes, absolutely. Yes. It's just your project, so. But maybe you want to have the word survey, and so you remember it later. Then that's the only thing. Now, once you come to this screen, I will tell you a trick that you may want to know about. If you don't see this line, it is because you don't see your own copy yet. You should see your own name here, and you should see the name you gave it. You should see the same thing here. You should not see Crew there or here. You should see your own name, your own username, plus whatever you named it. If you have come this far and you don't see this line, simply click on Build and Deploy, and then click on this arrow up here, Go Back, and you will see your own name. Well, it works. But you will see this at some point, and then what we will do is we deploy this to Bluemix. And this is the hardest part of this lab. After that, everything is smooth sailing. And then click on this guy to launch the app into Bluemix.
I'm getting this editor before the fork. I don't get it. So like when we go from history.
Yes, VM virtual. Yes.
It's just like this.
Okay. Click on. Click here to see. Yeah.
I think it already is on here. If I click on this, it will switch to. If I read the numbers.
Right. Did you get it as your project? Can you find it here in your project?
Okay, how many people have been successfully able to create the service? That's not a lot.
Yes. Okay. 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 So you can then. You want to go to search. You want to go to the search. BMBIRT. Yes. Exactly. You want to show it? Exactly. Now you're right. Yeah, VM virtual. And that should be down here, I think.
It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Correct. Okay. So click on that thing. Yes. Then you should say 4. You're right. Click on Edit Code. That's very mysterious. I ran this through this morning.
Leonard?
We'll try to figure it out.
Yeah. Because I ran through this morning, just a few hours ago, and it worked fine for me. Yeah, okay.
Leonard? A lot of people have none of them have not been able to create the service because
Right.
the timing out.
Right.
Or they're also getting a message saying they need to create a new space when they go to dashboard, or when they click on dashboard, they're being asked to log in again.
That could be, I don't know.
You know what, let's run with the leaders, those who are able, and just complete the whole exercise.
No, of course,
They
yeah.
will repeat to the online. We'll do
Exactly
all-
right. Yeah,
Let's move forward.
yeah.
Guys, we're gonna move forward. Whoever was successful will move with us. You'll be able to repeat it all online. We'll provide you all information. You'll be able to go do the whole exercise and make it happen. So we just go right now with those who already successfully done, and
Once,
they'll
The
share it.
tutorial
Yeah.
will be available online in the end, so even after going back home, you guys should be able to do it. So
Right.
for now, we're just going to go ahead.
exactly, social Darwinism. So you should see this screen towards the end of this step. At this point now you have created this app in Bluemix. And then we have the next step left. So here we will go to the browser tab of the running app. And we will append the word test to the URL at the end. You will have a URL for this app. And at the end, you will see we will add /test to this app. That's all you have to do. Simply append the word test. And then the app will come up, and it will show you the Twilio's SMS simulator. And you will have 2 questions that you can answer. Select your favorite runtime, and select your favorite database. And then you can submit the form. And the result, therefore, will be these bars in the user interface showing that one person answered Node.js, one other person has answered Cloudant. And now this app is working. So we've taken a service, we've added Node.js to it, we put in an app in it, and we now have something that works from the web itself. You guys working? Yeah, that's very good.
Well, I had to load some scripts though because I had like blockers, so then I had to.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Good point.
It worked.
It worked. Okay, good. Could that be something the other kids are having problems with? It has something that was blocking?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we have somebody coming to help you. Yes, this guy got it working fine. So
There, some people after pressing the submit button, the vote is not open. It's saying total votes received.
that means yes. Okay, that means that they may have entered the wrong name for the.
Do you want to address that concern? Because a lot of people have that.
Yeah, that's. I think we want to move on, and then we can.
Just tell them, like, just tell them whatever you think.
Yeah.
Whatever the wrong name, just tell them what you think.
Yeah, we'll see. Right, but I'm thinking this has to be survey. No, No, this has to be survey DB, right? Just make certain. Yeah, the name of the service must be survey DB. No, because, and this it works? I don't think so.
Who has an iPhone in this room? Can you raise a hand? Jury. We have right now in Bluemix iOS 8 service that allows you
I'm going to move on to this thing and then we can take a look.
iPhone apps. This is native. You probably heard about IBM partnership with Apple. Anybody heard about that?
I think it's getting too confusing. We need to,
partnership
we'll have people stay
a couple
to
months
help
ago,
at the end.
which means that IBM will be building, developing, and deploying enterprise applications for the Fortune 500 using iOS and Apple devices. So anything to do with enterprise right now is IBM is managing it. Apple is focusing on the consumer markets only.
Right, now I understand. Yeah, very mysterious. Okay. So let's wrap this thing up now by going to step number 4, which is Twilio. And here, what you can do, okay, number of questions. Yes?
There's a question. Come help me. Just give me.
For Twilio? Let's see what's going on here.
Is having a problem getting her number. Did you verify your number, enter your room number, and get a confirmation on your phone?
Yes.
Then you should get a confirmation on your phone.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did that stuff already. And then I clicked yes, and that's how I can but I don't see. Yeah, I got the.
That's good. Where do you expect to see the number?
So I already did that stuff.
Okay.
I did not check that.
She's not going to be free. Ask her to buy it.
So what I can do is I just, I don't know, let me deactivate it and try to
Okay.
put it again.
Yeah. Okay, yep. All right, moving on with the Twilio setup. You will get a Twilio number once you sign up. You will click on it. And then the steps here are very straightforward. You will paste the clipboard content into the request URL. And then you will do the same here for request URL for messaging. So you're pasting this number in here, this URL in here, in the Twilio website. And then you will append the vote call to the request URL for voice. Up there. And then vote SMS for the messaging URL. So 2 URLs. Then we will save the settings. We have now set up the Twilio account. And we will then get a message saying updated phone number settings. Be aware, however, that you always get this success. All it means is that you saved something. It doesn't mean that you saved the right thing. So make certain that you check that you actually have entered the right information here. And then write down your Twilio number. You will need that for the remainder of this lab. Now we're going to take the next last step. We will update the database with your Twilio number. So we'll now go back to the Bluemix. We'll click on Services, and then click on the Cloudant database. So now we will join the two together, putting the number in the database. Then we'll click on Launch in Cloudant. And then we'll see this console. We'll click on the Survey DB, which is a name that your database must have, Survey DB in this case. Now we'll see this picture. We'll click on All Documents. All Documents here. We're going to scroll down to the document with the _ID on Survey Bluemix and click on Edit. It will say, you will see here an _ID in one of the first or the second areas. It will say the value of the ID will be survey Bluemix. And then we'll click on Edit. And then when we click on Edit, we will find this information. And here we will simply replace XXX with our Twilio number. And if we want to, we can also change the questions here if we want to. We can write a brand new question up here by simply changing the questions which are listed in the same table in Cloudant. So we change the phone number. We click on Save. And then we click on Browse tag for Bluemix. Browse tab. Now you see we have the new information here. And we're almost done. We click on Dashboard, and we click on Apps. Now we're going to restart our app by clicking on this gearbox. Select Restart. Are you sure you want to restart? Yes. And you will see after a minute or so it's running. Go to the browser tab, and you will now see your number here. And now your app is complete.
How many people were able to get here? Raise your hand.
Almost there.
All right, great.
Well, guys, I want to tell them that each one of you is a winner because you're here, you signed up, and you have access to it.
Could you please
And you'll
upload
be
the
able to
URL
do
link
it
out here? So we can
get
access the
prepared for the
tutorial
hackathon. That's the
simultaneously.
most
Rather than we're asking for the tutorial.
Tutorial, okay.
So no, I put it on Dropbox. If you can just open the URL on your screen,
sure.
they can take a look at it.
Yeah, right. But let me just complete this thing, then we'll do it.
Don't you want to open it on the site maybe so they can
Yeah, but I have to log into IBM then first. We'll do it in just a second. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll do it in just a second. Don't worry. All right. So let's continue. Now all we can do is to test this thing. You can either text the question to this URL, to this phone number, or you can call and simply add, say, 2 numbers. And then you will see this thing change. And that's it. Okay, so do you have it on your